Welcome to Powell's Fundamentals. More videos like this on the YouTube channel, and the sources are all linked below. Let's get started with today's news report. We've got some top international and local stories to cover, and we'll finish up with a detailed weather forecast.
Sounds good. What's first?
Well, Denmark's in the news again, topping Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index.
Oh, wow.
This is their 7th year in a row at the top spot with a score of 90 out of 100. Finland's right behind them at 88 points.
Wow, that's a pretty impressive track record.
We did.
Who else is in the top 10?
Singapore and New Zealand are both up there,
Mm-hmm.
but actually 47 countries dropped in the rankings compared to last year.
Oh, that's not good. Anyone we know.
Yeah, some big names like Germany, France, and the U.S. have all slipped a little bit.
Oh,
Hungary and Russia, too. And at the very bottom, South Sudan's got a score of just 8 points.
yikes.
Shifting gears a bit, there's a developing story in the energy sector. Several major oil platforms in the North Sea have been hit by power outages.
Oh, no. Again.
Yeah, this actually follows a similar incident just last week, so there's still a lot of uncertainty surrounding the cause. Initially, they thought it was due to some smoke development at a gas facility, but it's not really clear yet what's behind these disruptions.
Right.
And the impact of these outages is pretty significant, since a lot of North Sea oil fields rely on this power supply.
I see.
Switching focus now to the impact of some political decisions. President Trump's U.S. aid freeze is having a direct effect on humanitarian efforts. Norsk Folkehelp, a Norwegian organization, has had to completely stop mine-clearing operations in 12 countries.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
They've had to lay off 1,700 employees, almost half of their staff.
Oh, that's terrible.
The impact is being felt most strongly in places like Iraq, Yemen, Laos, and Vietnam, where Norsk Folkehelp was actively working.
Yeah.
So beyond the job losses, there's a big concern about the potential setback to years of progress in clearing landmines.
Yeah, I bet.
And finally, the AI Action Summit in Paris just wrapped up with some unexpected development.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the summit was focused on promoting responsible development of artificial intelligence, specifically open, ethical, and inclusive AI that aligns with values like equality and sustainability.
Sounds good.
But the U.S. and the U.K. decided not to sign a declaration supporting these principles.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's especially interesting because this came at the same time that France and the EU announced big investments in AI.
Oh, okay. So maybe there's some difference in approach or priorities going on here.
Right.
And that could be a good thing for a country like Norway.
How so?
Well, with France and the EU putting so much emphasis on AI, it could lead to more opportunities for collaboration, more investment in research and development within Europe.
Right.
And that's something that Norway could definitely benefit from, being able to get involved and advance their own AI capabilities.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, let's shift gears a bit now and look at some news from the Faroe Islands.
Sure. Well, after that controversial pilot whale hunt back in 2021, the one where over 1,400 whales were killed.
Right.
The Faroe Islands are getting ready to set a new quota for this year's hunt.
I imagine that'll be closely watched by a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. The Grindamannafelagir, that's the Faroes Whaling Association, they're going to be meeting with the Minister of Fisheries to determine the quota,
Okay.
and they'll be taking into account recommendations for sustainable hunting practices from NMMCO,
Okay.
the North Atlantic Marine Mammal Commission.
Got it. So, any other news from the Faroe Islands?
Yeah, actually, there was a pretty significant landslide in the Selns area of Svinoy Island.
Oh, wow. A landslide.
Yeah, witnesses said it was pretty dramatic. Like, you could even see these big dust clouds from out at sea.
Wow.
It sounds like a large chunk of the cliff face just, gave way.
That's incredible. Any idea what caused it?
Well, they think heavy rainfall might have been a factor, but they're still investigating.
Okay.
And there's also some concern about the impact on bird life, because the cliffs in that area are home to a lot of different bird species.
Right. Okay, well, bringing it back to international news, President Trump's suspension of USA funding has had another consequence.
Yeah, it's forced the Greenlandic Foundation for Entrepreneurship to cancel some of their programs. The ones focused on fostering innovation and entrepreneurship in schools.
Oh, it's too bad. What did those programs involve?
Well, they were providing teacher training and educational materials, and they were actually really popular, getting a lot of interest from both students and educators.
That's great. Sounds like a real shame they had to cancel.
Yeah. Well, the foundation is hoping that the funding might come back eventually so they can restart the programs.
Okay, fingers crossed. Now let's move on to some local news. There's been some debate around a DR documentary on Greenland.
Oh, yeah, that one about the cryolite mining.
Yeah, what's the issue there?
Well, the Danish Minister of Culture has come out and criticized the documentary, saying it's misleading about Greenland's income from the mining.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
So, the documentary talks about how much revenue Danish companies made from the cryolite mining, but it doesn't really take into account the production costs.
Ah, so it's only giving part of the picture.
Exactly. The minister's argument is that it creates a false impression of how profitable the mining actually was.
Right, right. Interesting.
Yeah, the documentary maker has defended their work, saying they were just focusing on the revenue aspect, but the debate's still going on about whether that's a fair portrayal.
Got it. So it all comes down to context and having the full financial picture.
Exactly.
Well, on a more positive note, the Closed for Maintenance project organized by Visit Faroe Islands is still going strong.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've received a record-breaking 15,000 applications from international volunteers.
Wow, 15,000. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a testament to the growing interest in sustainable tourism. People wanting to travel in a way that's good for the planet.
For sure. And this project seems to have really captured people's attention.
Yeah, I think it's because it offers a really unique opportunity. You get to experience the beauty of the Faroe Islands while also helping to preserve them.
Right. And they've been really successful in spreading the word about it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, a project's gotten international recognition. It's being held up as an example of how to do regenerative tourism, right?
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and what's really cool is that after they choose the international volunteers, they're going to be opening it up to local Farers volunteers, too.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, it's a great way to build community and get everyone involved.
I love it. It's so inspiring to see the Faroe Islands leading the way in this kind of sustainable tourism, showing that we can enjoy these amazing places and take care of them at the same time.
Absolutely. And speaking of taking care of things, shall we move on to the weather forecast?
Yes, let's do that.
So, ready for the weather?
Yes, bring it on. What's in store for us this week?
Well, looks like it's going to be pretty stable across the islands. Moderate easterly winds and partly cloudy skies throughout the week. And we can expect some light showers here and there.
All right, so kind of typical Faroes weather then.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm.
Easterly winds between 5 and 10 meters per second. Temperatures should stay in a comfortable range between 2 and 7 degrees Celsius.
Okay, sounds good.
Tonight and tomorrow morning, mostly dry with just a few isolated showers possible.
Okay.
Wednesday will be partly cloudy, chance of light showers. And actually, Thursday and Friday look pretty similar. Cloudy with a chance of those isolated showers popping up again.
Okay. So what about the weekend? Anything changing then?
Well, for Saturday, the forecast is mostly cloudy, slight chance of light showers. But as we head into Sunday, there might be a bit of a shift in the precipitation.
Oh.
The easterly winds are sticking around, but we might see some sleet, maybe even some snow showers mixing in with the rain.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And temperatures will dip a bit on Sunday, down to between 0 and 5 degrees.
So a little taste of winter to finish off the week?
Yeah, just a little bit. But overall, a pretty mild week for the Faroe Islands in February.
Absolutely. Perfect for getting out there and exploring, maybe a nice hike or just cozying up inside.
Exactly. The Faroe Islands are beautiful no matter the weather.
Couldn't agree more. Well, that wraps up our news report for today. Thanks for joining us on PALS Fundamentals.
Thanks for having me.
Don't forget to check out more videos like this on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.